If you're looking for a fun, cheap car, let me sell you real quick on why the MX-5 is the absolute best car you can buy, especially if you have a budget of like $20,000. I bought this car for $18,500, and it was some of the best money I've ever spent. Some of the most fun money I've ever spent. So let me sell you on this car real quick. It's a 6-speed manual, hardtop, Targa convertible. I mean, look how nice this thing looks. I know it sounds funny, but people have literally come up to me and asked me if this car was a Maserati. I know as a car person that sounds hilarious that someone would think a MX-5 looks like a Maserati, but non-car people like genuinely don't know the difference. That just shows how good this car looks and how much attention it really gets. I think this car has to be one of the best looking cars, especially in this price point. So that's the first reason. The second reason, we're going to come into the car here. You have a 6-speed manual. Now, I can tell you from driving this car after 10,000 miles that this transmission is absolutely amazing. It feels super buttery. The gear shifts are super nice. And a lot of people say this is one of the best manuals of all time. Now, I don't have enough experience driving enough manuals to tell you that, but what I can say is that this car offers an amazing driving experience because it's so light. And Mazda knew they were building this for enthusiasts, and one of the coolest things is you have your RPM gauge right in the middle there, so you can see your RPMs and it's right in front of your face. Unlike some other cars where it's off to the side, Mazda's like, nope, we're going to stick the tack right in the middle, and this is for enthusiasts. So this car is just super cool in that sense. And one of the best parts about this car is how cheap it is to maintain. Over the past 9 months or 10,000 miles since I bought this car, it's only cost me around $900 for maintenance. And to be fair, I did have a window regulator that went bad on this car, so that was like half of that. Besides that, the only maintenance I've spent on this car is oil changes and gas. And both of those are pretty cheap for the MX-5. Now, the reason it's so cheap to maintain is because number one, it's a Mazda, but number two, these cars have been proven to be super reliable, and it's probably one of the most reliable sports cars ever made. Now, as someone who loves to drive, the last thing you want to think about is your car breaking down. And when I drive this car, I have no doubts that I'm going to make it home. Besides the fact I don't have a spare tire, so that would leave me stranded. But the motor itself, like I have super good confidence in this motor, and it's proven to be super reliable during my ownership. And with the car being so affordable, not only with the purchase price, but the maintenance, I have like no stress with this car getting dings, dents, scratches, because it's a cheap sports car. If you were to buy a super expensive Porsche, which I love Porsche, but I would be super scared to park the car anywhere that would get a ding, scratch, dent on it. Now with this car, if I were to get scratches, dings, dents, it would really stink, but at least I know that this car is very cheap. I could probably get it fixed pretty cheap, and I don't have to worry about it crushing the value of the car. And with that said, I just daily drive this car. I don't worry about the resale value. I will add the resale value on these is very strong, especially the RFs, and I could probably drive this thing for a couple years and not lose too much in terms of my investment. But this car is just so good in so many ways, and I hope after this video you're convinced to buy an MX-5. When I was looking for a fun sports car to buy, the MX-5 was on my radar, but it wasn't my first choice. But once I actually drove one, my mind was completely changed. Honestly, I just can't get over how this car looks. It looks so good. So if you're considering a sports car and haven't given the MX-5 a fair shot, I urge you to go and drive one. These things are just so fun. But that's my MX-5. I'm going to keep making videos on this car because I absolutely love it. And I hope you guys found that helpful. And hopefully, you'll be a new MX-5 owner after watching this video.